What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Martin Skirsis, for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, Daniel Aimar Dubois stormed the ring after Fury versus Usyk, and we'll play it now. Here's the bars.
Daniel, Usyk, well, I want my revenge, Usyk. Well done on tonight. God bless. I want my revenge for the robbery last time. Let's get it. Let's go. Where's Frank? Make it happen.
Mr. Excellency, Your Excellency, make me fight with Daniel Dubois. Thank you so much.
So you heard there from both of them. Listen, the media's saying, "Oh, we think that Dubois was put up to it." It probably was. Frank Warren was reeling. He's proper seething out there. Both of his dudes now, Dubois and Fury, have obviously lost. Fury didn't have no chance though, to be fair. Dubois has a chance. I'm surprised. Dubois is a massive underdog. You can get Dubois now at, what is it? I think it's 3-1. Dubois to win? No, it's 2-1. Maybe 3-1. Something like that. I think it's 3-1 actually, yeah. You can get Dubois to win on Betfred at 3-1. I know the fight hasn't been booked yet, but they do like potential fights. Dubois Usyk before the end of 2025 at 3-1 for Dubois. I'm taking that all day and night, man. I'm taking it all day and night. 3-1, it's worth a punt. It's probably, even if you make Usyk the favourite, Dubois is not a 3-1 underdog, man. This fight for me will be closer than Usyk and Fury. Usyk and Fury was a 1-1 50-50 fight, more or less, in the bookies before the fight started. Oops. Dubois at 3-1 all day and night, man. Fair play to Usyk though. Usyk looked pissed off. I get it, he's goosed. 12-round fight with a big old stiff oath from Morecambe. The last thing he wants to do is have Dubois in there. Dubois didn't even feel comfortable himself. He was kind of smiling and saying, "Well done. I want my revenge for the robbery." Listen, people critique Dubois, yeah, but you best believe, to be fair to Dubois, guess what? When Tyson Fury beat Chisora, Usyk got in the ring. This is part of what you have to do. And a lot of people on the Usyk side are saying, "Oh, it was disrespectful." To be fair, I think maybe Fury called out Usyk, maybe, and that's why Usyk got in. Either way, man, this is the fight game, and the WWE element, it does sell. This wasn't necessarily WWE, if that makes sense. It was a bit dead. Yeah, I'd have preferred. Dubois is not the best talker. Dubois, I'll give you some free bars, man. Yeah, I'd have got up there and said, "You see, you stiff, small plumber from the Ukraine with a soft body, you are getting it." That's what you had to say. Don't worry about Frank, get up here and let's make it happen. Your body's soft and I'm coming for it. Bash. Simple bars. One-liners. Yeah, you see, you soft-bodied midget from the Ukraine. That's how you do these things, man. You ain't got to do all the, "Oh, I want revenge" and that rubbish. His body's getting touched. Because he knows, and you know at that point, right? He knows what's up. Yeah, you know you're coming for your revenge when you talk about your soft body. Now, I like Usyk, to be fair. Usyk, at this point, has showed, in this generation, Hall of Fame / old school mentality, and I respect that. That said, this is the heavyweight division, man, and I haven't felt, the reason I've picked everyone against Usyk, it's just not right. It's not right. It's a bit like kids or parents should die before their children. Big, massive heavyweights, yeah, should beat little, no power having cruiserweights. Simple as that. It's the order of life. Yeah, it's the order of life. Otherwise, the new A would come up and have a go on Martin Bacoli, right? If it was just about skills and whatever else, it's supposed to matter. It's supposed to matter. There should be respect put on the heavyweight's name. It's not Usyk's fault though, they're a bunch of punks. And even Dubois in the first fight was a punk. That's fair to say that. He jacked. He didn't get stopped. He jacked. He quit. All these big stiff dudes don't do nothing in there. Fury, Dubois, AJ didn't do nothing. So Usyk's the man right now, and I respect him. He came out, you heard him say there. He said, "Listen, His Excellency, make that fight with Dubois." So that's what's next now. His Excellencies or His Turbulences come out and said, I want Usyk and Dubois. And that's the fight that's coming. What I will say is, Danny D, I don't want no excuses this time. I'm not saying, listen, I believe the man who beats Usyk will have a hard fight and will have to fight harder. You'll have to, I think, to beat Usyk, you have to bring an old school mentality. Yeah, that's what you have to do. You're not going to beat him faffing around and having a look and boxing and that rubbish. Chisora is the blueprint here. And Dubois has shown elements of that. But the reason I say, come locked in, Dubois, because I don't want no excuses. I don't want to hear about how good Usyk is. I don't want to hear about, and we'll know, to be fair, we'll know how good Usyk is. If Dubois comes storming in and it's still not enough, I'll finally give Usyk his full props. You got in there with a prime heavyweight who's powerful and who was proper on it, and you still did enough. I'll say, listen, Usyk is a legitimate, possibly the greatest of all time at that point. At this point in time, though, people, it's not Usyk's fault, but Usyk has not beaten a hungry, nasty heavyweight. And I don't believe Usyk here would have turned off them old school man. Whatever, YB, you got to give him credit. It's his magic of boxing. You put that magic of boxing in there with Evander Holyfield, it'd be completely different if that makes sense. It looks magical when you got a bunch of butt twitches in there, is my base case. I might be wrong. It might be the case, yeah, that Usyk would have gone in there with Holyfield and had Holyfield standing there scared to death. And if that's the case, he really is the greatest of all time. Right? I don't tend to believe so, though. I've seen enough. AJ got no balls. Fury's got no balls. Both of them two, in their second fight, showed signs. Yes, Usyk was able to match them again. AJ had a great round 9. Usyk comes out red hot in round 10. But that was one round. If you go in there with bad intentions, you need the gas tank, obviously. It doesn't mean you go in there swinging left and right. Refined. Look at Fury in the second fight. Holding his feet. Dubois needs to go into that fight with Usyk. In the first fight, he's bouncing on his toes, he's having a look, he's trying to have a battle of the jabs. F all that, man. F all that. We're holding our feet, we're not taking a back step. And Canelo, to be fair, he did this against Golovkin in the second fight. He made Canelo up until the Golovkin 2 was more of a boxer. In that second fight, he said, okay, I'm making a choice here not to go back as much. And he sucked in, and he won that fight, the second one, in my opinion. It certainly was a lot closer, even if you think Triple G won. Triple G, the big drama show, he was on the back foot, and he said, I didn't realise, and people told me that I lost the first fight, so I chose to box. I don't believe that. It was an authority thing. When you stamp your authority, even look at Usyk versus Fury 2. When Fury came out holding his feet, Usyk was much more on his bike. He wasn't all over him. It's an authority thing. You stamp your feet in the middle of the ring. Look at Bacoli versus Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson's not a punk. Bacoli stuck his feet in the mud and just plods forward. There's no room to breathe. He's there. He ain't going back. I rarely saw Martin Bacoli go backwards. He's there right in front of you, right on you. And that's what you do with Usyk. You plant your feet and you say, I'm going forward no matter what. I'm going forward no matter what. And we saw even Jarrell Miller, who's limited, yeah? Look at how Jarrell Miller fought Dubois. Miller's slow and was gassed and whatever else. He was applying pressure. Dubois was actually boxing Miller. And that's the point I'm making. You don't have to have all the skills in the world. And yeah, Miller won some of them rounds and people were saying it was a hard fight for Dubois. Why was it a hard fight? Miller's slow and whatever else. He was just there. And Dubois is much more athletic than Miller. So you put your feet in the mud and you go only forwards. If Usyk wants to jump in, slap in, you suck down and ride it. And you're back on the front foot. We're thinking Golovkin here. We're thinking Beterbiev. We know when Beterbiev's in there, Bivol. Bivol jumps in, slapping around. Beterbiev ain't pulling back and leaning out. He just tuzzles in and gets ready to go again. He sucks in and looks for holes and has a go after he's finished punching. That's what you do with Usyk. He can't punch like that, I don't believe. He can't punch like that. He can't punch where you need to really respect him. And even if he can punch, like you should really respect him, which I don't believe. AJ's chinny, Fury's chinny. Oops. He can't punch. The old school man, yeah, were in there with real punchers. They man threw real leather. Left and right, winging massive shot. I've seen it. What you can watch. If you've watched any boxing, Big, heavy, nasty shots. If they can do it and be in there working hard and licking big, there's no way you can pick any of the old school, man. Any of them old school. I'm not a historian, but there's a whole bag of Holyfield versus Burt Cooper, Ray Mercer versus Tommy Morrison. Usyk don't throw shots like any of them fights. Is my base case. I might be wrong. Like, he don't. He ain't in there with his feet stuck in them, planting and winging his waist in. He's not. They're all fluffy on the outside. They keep you busy. And there is an element to boxing of that. I think in this new age, being slappy, you don't necessarily have to have a bunch of power. The point is, you're a big old heavyweight man. Put your chin down, stick your hands to your head, and dig in. And go straight forward. We're coming straight forward. All over him. And even if you lose a lot of the rounds, look at Canelo. Canelo, by pressuring, he don't even... Oh, Tank Davis. These guys, by pressuring, you wear your opponent's legs out. And secondly, you actually get... You don't have to put that much... The judges, yeah, if you see someone coming forward and the other guy's slapping and running and ducking and diving, you don't have to put that much output out. The narrative of the fight is, this guy was running and he was all over you and you didn't want to fight and you was... Look at why do you think Chisora and Usyk were so close? It wasn't because Chisora was landing a bunch of clean shots. It was the pressure element. Judges like it. They don't look at Bivol and Beterbiev. They don't like to see someone run in and scared to death. So you need, as a big old oaf, Dubois, big old young oaf, you need to set the pace and you plant to your feet and go straight forward. I don't see a reason to go back at all. Oh, maybe you haven't boxed before. I don't need to box. I've seen enough man now. You put them feet in your mud. You put your chin down, and you need to, Dubois needs to be working on the catching and parrying and in tight chin down. Canelo does it. Triple G did it. Beterbiev does it. That's what he needs to work on now. Forget the footwork. Forget the footwork, man. Forget bouncing on your toes. You're a big old oaf. Bacoli, I didn't see Bacoli bouncing on his toes a whole bunch. They're stuck in the mud. They're stuck in the mud and doing someone some serious harm. When you're moving your feet, and number one, it gasses you out as a big old heavyweight. Number two, too many things to think about. Think about what punches he's throwing and what you're looking to get off. Yeah? We're going straight forward. We're moving in straight lines, straight forward on him. And he's holding. We're going to give him something to hold. That's what you've got to do. It's not a faff match like the first fight. Dubois is in there, pouring and trying to land, trying to get his jab off, boxing and stepping out and kind of skipping out and skipping in. Forget about that. Stuck in the mud and we're plodding forward. Bacoli plod forward. Little shuffle. Shuffle him forward. Canelo, shuffle him forward. Beterbiev, shuffle him forward. You'll also save gas as well. When you're that big kind of heavyweight, them legs, it's hard to use your legs. Don't burn your legs up. For what? To box someone, traditionally, to be in the mindset to want to box someone, as in like on your toes and that, it's because you're scared to death of what they're doing. If you're not, you plant your feet and you walk straight onto them. Let them be scared. Let Usyk be scared of what's coming at him. Why would you be the one dancing around? I just don't understand that. Traditionally, the fighters who are dancing around is because they're trying to evade a smaller fighter who's looking to get in. You be that guy getting in there. Let him worry about that. What Chisora did. Guess what? When Chisora fought Usyk, he was on his P's and Q's. Round the outside of the ring. And Chisora's had the best performance. And yes, you can say, well, that was Usyk's second fight at heavyweight and he's learnt now. He's learnt that these heavyweights are pussies. That's what he's learnt. Yeah, he's learnt, oh, these guys are soft and don't really want to fight. They're sweet on the inside. And we've seen enough now in AJ 2 and Fury 2 that when you hold the centre of the ring, you at least do better. And Fury and AJ weren't doing it properly. They weren't letting their hands go. You get him to the ropes and you work him. Yeah, that's what you do. We're coming in with triple jabs. Pop, pop, pop. And if he pops you in the middle, you're still coming in. You're still coming in. Chin down. Let him hit you on top of your head. What's that going to do? Yeah? Wade in with your head. Pop, pop. Look at the floor. No, I'm joking, but you get the point I'm making, man. You got to triple that jab up. Get him to the ropes and just start throwing leather, man. Simple as that. Don't give him a... Usyk says, which is really quite embarrassing for the heavyweights, I will not leave you alone. That's what Dubois needs to say. I'm coming for you. We'll see who's not leaving who alone this time. And if I see Dubois get in there, and I see more or less any bouncing, if I see him kind of bouncing and posturing at all, I'm taking my bet off because you're going to get boxed up. That's what I'm saying off the jump now. You come in there flat-footed and you plod forward. and you cut that ring off. That's what you do. Yeah? You don't want to see no bouncing on your toes. What's that doing, man? You're not going to catch. Usyk's too quick and too small. You're not going to catch you. You're not going to out-jab him. That jab that Dubois puts out is like a herder. You just want to throw it out there and get him looking for it. And moving backwards trying to evade your jab. And then you're going with heavy shots. It's not actually to land it, I don't think. You're not a big deal. You're not where you have a jab off with Usyk. Oh, well, I didn't land my jab, so I'll now reset and bounce around a bit. F that, trying to land your first jab. Which one of you, man, saw Chisora trying to land a jab before committing? No, he's coming right in. The jab is a herding mechanism. Canelo does this well. Canelo he'll almost feint a triple jab and with his feet. Pop, and he's stepping in. The opponent's all bamboozled. That's what the jab's for. Beterbiev the same. He'll hit you with a jab if he can, but it's more of a herding mechanism than it is a jab and let's reset now because I've landed one good punch. Herd, and you're on him. You're on his ass. Constant pressure, and as good as Usyk is at heavyweight when he's carrying extra weight, look at Bivol. Bivol is known as one of the best athletes and best gas tanks in the world. What did that pressure do from Beterbiev? His wheels completely fell off and he was goosed. And Usyk's, even in the fights with Fury and AJ, which haven't been that competitive, he was knackered. Imagine you put him under that pressure from round one. Not necessarily hand pressure. I'm not saying you go in there swinging left and right. Foot pressure. Tank Davis does this well. And stuck to his head. He lets all these little kind of dudes like Frank Martin, obviously, they're not the class of Usyk, but the principle's the same. They're really quick at the start, and he lets them punch themselves out on his guard. Oops. Now they've slowed down. They're fish food. That's the strategy. But Dubois doesn't have a Beterbiev or a Triple G or a Canelo type guard. His guard is a bit leaky deaky like this. And he bounces too much. He bounces on his toes too much. He's like this. And he suck it and get his chin down. That's what he needs to do. Elbows spark in, chin down. That's what... Oh, AB, you're so funny. No, I'm not joking now. The time for joking's over, folks. I don't want to see no leaky deaky like this, man. You can't come forward like this. That's how you end up getting popped. And that's what will turn you off. Usyk is a precision striker who's very quick. So if you come in like this, yeah, getting hit's not the problem. It's getting hit clean. If you're like this and you're ready to brace and you're ready for it and you've trained for it and you've trained to cut the ring off and take shots on the way in, like Tank Davis does, he takes loads of shots on the way and he loses loads of rounds. But they're goosed. Yeah? They're goosed by the time it gets to the championship rounds. That's the play, man. Yeah. Chin down. Hands up. Artur Imad Beterbiev-esque. That's what I'm looking for here. That's all you need to do with this guy, Usyk. It's too small. It's too small. But is Dubois the man to do it? We don't know. I'll bet on it 3-1 though. And I hope he, regardless of my tactics of chin down, hands up, even if he comes in leaky deaky, have a go, man. Even if you come in with the wide elbows and the gap spark down the middle, at least have a go doing that. That's the main thing I'm looking for. Technical elements, I don't see why he shouldn't implement them. But having a go is what's paramount here. He could get away with having a go leaky deaky and probably still do it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, click off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it.